Everywhere from Russia to Delaware, trust me, I'm well aware. Barcelona to Bel Air, Petty to the deep.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With a spot in the Super Bowl on the line, everything is on the line in today's conference championship matchup. It's the Colts going up against the Texans. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. Tight end carry. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did. 3
yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets a tone for the offense.
This time he'll look to throw. On the move to his left. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And some space here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get 17 yards there. And the Colts are going to have a first. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish a line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
Muscles him off. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Tight end here on the running play. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
You have to love Jamie Collins. You can use him just about anywhere on the defense. Inside linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive end. He might even play a little bit of safety if you give him the chance.
Still to go here on second and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Here we go.
And the wideout in motion.
Ohio.
They go play action here on first down. Steps away. They got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play. Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Here we go, Ohio. Let's go.
And the back goes into motion.
Flex round. Ohio. Here we go.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. Philip Dorsett by himself. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Philip Dorsett, 93 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Houston. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On second down, here's Henry. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. All week in practice, they stress grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
On 3rd down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a 1st down.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Flex. Come on, let's go. Flex. Let's go.
Halfback sent in motion. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This will be caught at about the 3. A good pickup there, 22.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating 1st downs and moving the ball downfield.
Now receiver in motion left. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Returnable for Dorsett. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
They come out here in the eye. They'll look to throw. Backing up. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. A handoff as they run the counter play. And down he'll go at the 25. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Caught left side by Hilton. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And that formation won't yield much here as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Bernardrick McKinney there to make the stop. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And he'll cut it out to the sideline. The 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And quickly they get to the line.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Back to throw now on first down. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They'll get 19 yards there. And the Texans are going to have a first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On the counter, it's Henry. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, That'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On third down, Henry. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Looks like the defense in press coverage here, and they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll put Fuller in motion right. A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down.
Let's go.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll buy some time right. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
They'll put Fuller in motion right. A give to Henry. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Derrick Henry in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And he's got it up and through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And the Colts coming out now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll run it now out of the gun. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. And the Texans set to come onto the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you. One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll put Fuller in motion right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Tie game, but they'll get excellent starting field position here to begin the second half.
And it's the starting field position that makes an offensive coordinator maybe bolder than normal. Maybe you want to take the big shot right now. Go for a big play and get their attention early, or even just run your offense because you feel good about where you are and a chance to move the ball downfield.
Yeah, maybe they go for the big play. Time to find out. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. The play clock's running down. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. And the back goes into motion. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So they don't get a touchdown here on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think you still say mission accomplished as they come away from it with the lead.
Absolutely. You got to apply the pressure here, make the other guys play catch-up for a while, and now you just hope your defense can step up and protect the lead.
And now out comes Houston. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up. And now...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They hand off to their big tight end. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Ohio. Here we go. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll set up a throw. It's Floyd on the right. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Completes it over the middle to Floyd. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll put Fuller in motion right. They go play action here on first down. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Cuts it out to the sideline. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Indy. 58 yards. A conference championship on the line and a championship-type run right there.
That guy's running as if he can smell it, feel it, and obviously wants it.
One receiver left is Hilton. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it.
And the ball is knocked out. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Second down following the run. They'll look to throw. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. You got the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful. Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now back to throw. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
First and goal here from the 2. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They'll try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you? And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. And the Colts getting ready to go.
show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll run it here. And they went the wrong. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Hilton goes in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here's Colton Schmidt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play call.
And this will be caught at the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And they'll try to squeeze in 1 more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Check 50. Check 50. Ohio! Ohio!
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Out to his left. Throwing left side. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line.
Let's go!
Halfback sent in motion. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Flushed out right. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's go! Ohio!
And he motions the wide receiver. They'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Braxton Miller keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Texans draw a bit closer. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have 1 timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
Dorsett, the man in motion. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.